You are now looking at the website surveymonkey.com. And SurveyMonkey is designed for you to be able to create surveys and collect data and analyze that data and even present that data in your organization or your business. The application is cloud-based and allows you total control over designing and creating the actual survey. You also have full control over deploying that survey to people that you want to take your survey and answer the questions. The survey application is secure and keeps the data safe of individuals that take your surveys. And in this course, we'll explore the design and construction of an actual survey. Now you'll note that the company has a pro sign-up and a free sign-up, and there are differences between the various levels. And in the next video, we'll explore the pricing, opening the account, and the various levels that you can attend to. So with that, thanks, and I'll see you in the first video. Now, as of the recording of this video, you're going to see that this pricing page opens up to a specific URL. However, if you change that URL to reflect the details, you're going to be able to make some comparisons between the free version and the other versions that are available. For example, you'll notice that with the basic version that you are allowed to have a limit of 100 responses per survey, and those levels change obviously depending on how much you are willing to pay. Where you'll also see some of the difference is that the paid versions has a quizzing function that you can use, as well as what's called skip logic, which means that you can direct individuals to specific pages based on how they answer your survey questions. In terms of randomization and split testing, those things are only available in certain levels. Even the first paid level does not have randomization. If you're looking to brand your survey and you're going to be using your logo, you'll need to expect to have to use the paid version to do that. SurveyMonkey will have its footer available on your surveys. However, you can remove that footer if you have one of the paid versions. If you don't mind the footer, but you only want to see a smaller version, you can do that with one of the paid versions. Now in this course, we're going to be working with the free version. So we're going to start the process by clicking this button and signing up. When you first enter your credentials, you're going to be asked some questions by SurveyMonkey. And then depending on what kind of survey you say you want to send first, they're going to show you some of their templates, which we will be going over in another video. And once you've gone through that brief process, you'll then be ready to start creating your first survey. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, SurveyMonkey does not have a traditional affiliate program. They do, however, have a referral program which you can sign up for if you have one of the paid accounts. So to get started, what you're going to do is you're going to go to this help area. That's going to bring you to your search page, and what you're going to type into the search page is going to be discounts. Now, as of the recording of this video, if you see these search results, there will be 3. You're then going to click on discounts. What you'll then see is that you can click straight to referral discounts. It'll take you to this page, and basically what you're going to see is you're going to see 2 links. You're going to see one for the terms of service and another one for your refer a friend tab. What we're going to do is going to click this tab. But you'll notice that you'll only be allowed to sign up for this program if you have a paid plan. And what you'll see is that when you begin to have other individuals you're referring and they activate, the maximum that you can receive would be 100% off of your subscription bill. So you will want to read the rest of the referral program terms of service before you get started. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now when you enter your dashboard, you can start the process by clicking this button that says Create Survey. That's going to bring you to a page with templates available. Now the templates will have various structured formats for you to write your questions and design your survey. Now, if you want to look at all of the templates, what you'll need to do is to click this link on the right hand side. You'll be able to see all of the different templates in various categories. So for example, if you wanted to use a purchase feedback template, you can click this quick view, and then you can take a look at the questions that are being asked. And what you can decide to do if you have the paid version, as you can see here, you'll be able to use this template. We're going to choose this customer centricity template. Take a look at how it would be structured. We can then read through the questions. And then if we decide to use it, all we'll need to do is to click this button that says use this template. You can then begin working with the other elements of SurveyMonkey in order to create the survey the way you want it to be. Now, if you decide you don't want to use this template or you don't like the changes you've made, all you'll need to do is to go back to this link that says My Surveys. And you'll then see that survey available here in this area. And all you'll need to do is to go to this More area. You'll then click Delete Survey. That'll bring you to this dialog box. You'll then click Delete. And then you can start the process all over again. And then you'll be at the point at which you can either create another survey from scratch or to use another template. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. This page, and with your title, walk through the process of creating from scratch. And what you're going to do then is you're then going to click this Add Questions button. You'll then see the entire canvas and interface for creating surveys. The design area has 4 segments. You'll also be able to preview and note the full score of your survey. You'll then be able to move on to collecting responses. And you'll find all of the various ways that you can share your survey. You'll then be able to go and analyze the results of your survey in this tab. And then you'll also then have options on how you present the survey to other individuals by creating artifacts that can be accessed on SurveyMonkey. Most of the work that you'll be doing will occur in the Design Survey area. However, in the Preview and Score tab, you'll be able to note how your survey is going to look on various devices. You can look at how your survey is going to appear on desktop. That's the default. You can also preview it on a tablet as well as a mobile device. While you're working on your survey, you'll find it in your dashboard. If you click this link that says My Surveys, that'll bring you to this page. And at any point in time that you want to start work on your survey again, you'll just need to click inside of the blue link to start your work. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another. Welcome back. Now, when you are inside of the Design tab, you are going to have 5 different elements that you can work with. The first element at the very top is going to be your question bank. And the question bank will allow you to select pre-made templated questions. So for example, what you can do is you can look first to recommended questions. And you'll see that you have certain questions where the content has already been started. We can take, for example, this question, what is your first name? And we can click the button. We can add it to the preview. Once you've done that, you'll then click this green button that says Add One Question. That'll add one question to the survey, and you'll see it here in your working canvas for your questions. You can also have access to previously used questions. And so any previously used questions from previous surveys, you can use those questions inside of your survey. You can also use category-specific questions. So for example, if you want to use questions based in customer feedback, you'll then have questions that are templated that you have access to. And for example, we can choose this question. It then becomes part of our working canvas. We can then select the one that we want, and we can click Add Question. That question then becomes part of our working survey. If we don't like the question, we can delete it. And we can also search for certain keywords. If we write in satisfaction, we can find certain questions related to customer satisfaction. We can add that question to our survey. So the question bank is one way you can find questions to add to your survey when you may not necessarily know exactly how you want to word them or what you want to say. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now the next section down from the question bank is your builder. And these are various elements that you can add to your survey or individual questions. Now, one thing that you can do is you can add an introductory page to your survey, and you can scroll all the way to the bottom. You're going to see a link here that says intro page. You're just going to click add at this element. You'll see then that you have an introductory page then added to your content. What you're going to want to do then is you're going to want to click this edit button, and then you're going to write in what you actually want to appear there. Now, on that introductory page, you do have a WYSIWYG editor. So that means then that you can take any of your text and you can alter it however you want. In this case, we bolded, underlined, and italicized. We can then take certain lines of that text. We can justify it. We can hyperlink content and add in a link. And so when we have written in what we want to appear on our introductory page, what we can do is we can then click save. We can also add in a question on that introductory page. So on the introductory page, we can introduce our survey, what our survey is going to be about, and we can even start the process by giving some introductory questions. Now, if we want to move on to the other pages, all we'll need to do is to scroll down, and then we'll be on our second page that we started when we were creating our survey. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, it could be that you want to add in a page after some of the questions you've created, or you want to create another page to have separate questions rather than an introductory page. You can do that in two ways. The first is if you scroll all the way to the bottom of your canvas, you're going to see that there's going to be a link where you can click in order to create a new page. We can give that page a title, and then we can give our page a description. Once we do that, we can then save, and then we can begin creating questions on this page. And you can begin creating questions. You may notice that as you're typing in your questions, you've got a link here that gives you 6 suggested questions. And you can use those questions from the question bank or from your question history, and all you'll need to do is to click the link, and then that question will be changed and then added to your additional page. We can also add in a page from our menu, and all we'll need to do is to come to this link that says new page, and then we'll click add. Our page is then added to our canvas. We can go through the same set of actions by creating a page and a title, and then beginning to write our questions. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, when you are creating a survey, you can also do a page break between questions where you want to separate different subjects or different emphases. And so to do that, you're going to go into your survey in order to edit it. If you go to your dashboard, it'll bring you to this page. All you'll need to do is to click on top of the survey that you are creating. You can then edit the design, and that will bring you into your survey canvas. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to not the question bank, but you're going to go to the builder section. And that's going to give you a set of tools. You're going to scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to find near the bottom the page break element. And so what you're going to do is you're going to find the place where you want to break up your survey. So for the sake of this example, let's assume that what you want to do is you want to place your page break after this third question. And so what you do is you would click on this button, and you would then drag your page break where you want it. And in this case, what we're doing is we're placing the page break between the third and fourth question. What we have there then is we have then a separate page up to question 3, and then a separate page starting with question 4. And this is a way for you to begin to custom design your survey in a way that makes sense to your survey takers. Once you do that, you can then create your own page title for this page as well as a description. And in the case of the description, you can use the WYSIWYG editor as you can in other places. And in this case, we just bolded elements of this description. What we're going to do is then click Save. And you'll basically see here that our new page is noted here in the top menu as P3 or satisfaction level, which is what we titled it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You can enhance your survey by adding certain elements inside of the question builder. And if you're on this second level of options, you're going to find the builder elements here on the left side menu. So for example, one of the things we can do is we can add in a multiple choice question. And in this case, we would be doing our question so that the individual would only choose one answer. However, we can also add in a checkbox where an individual would be able to select all the choices that apply for a particular question. We can add in a star rating where an individual can rate how they feel about a certain issue. We can also add in a question with a drop-down list of answers. We can add in a matrix or a rating scale level of question. So for example, if we were to choose one of these elements, and let's, for the sake of this example, choose the matrix or rating scale and click Add. What you would find is that you're going to be adding in a question, and you're going to be creating this question with the element that you've chosen. And so you will be creating this question from scratch, and you'll notice that it falls in after question 1, which is where we placed our cursor at the point at where we click the Add button. We can also choose to click the New Question button. When we do that, we can choose one of these elements from this right side drop-down menu. If we were to choose the matrix or rating scale, we could do that from this element. That will give us the same range of choices in order to create the kind of question, in this case for question 2, in this area. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, still working in the builder element, we can create questions with a ranking element. And if we add in the ranking element, what we're doing is we're asking the respondents to rank a list of options that we give them in the order of priority. Now, if you want to use a Net Promoter Score for customer satisfaction, this is a trademarked term, and you'll want to learn more about the Net Promoter Score before you use this kind of question. So the third element you can add in here is going to be the image choice. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to set up an element, and you're going to ask your respondent to choose one of the elements as their answer or the right answer. So in this case, let's assume that we chose this image choice, and we were to add this kind of question to our canvas. And so what we would do is structure our question. In this case, we have the option of uploading our image or using an image already at an existing URL. In this case, we're going to upload 2 images to this element. In this case, we have options available to us for this particular kind of question. If we're going to use this as a quiz, we have options for the quiz. Once we've completed what we're going to be doing with this question, what we're going to do is click the Save button. So you can add in 4 more kinds of questions to your survey. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. While still working in the Builder section, you can also add in a comment box. Now, the comment box is a place where you write a question, and you can give your respondent the opportunity to write an answer back to you. Now, you can similarly add in a single text box. You can be specific with your single text box so that if you want a numerical answer or you only want an answer at a certain length, you can do that with the single text box where the comment box is going to be open-ended. You can create a question with a slider, and the slider is going to give your respondents the opportunity to use a slider to determine how they feel about a certain question. They can take the slider and move it toward the number or value that they feel closest represents what they feel. In some cases, you may want to use multiple text boxes, and what this will do is this will give your survey respondent the opportunity to write in more than one box for a particular question. As you can see, the example here is, what are your 3 favorite ice cream brands? And they can write in their first, second, and third favorite. And of course, we can add any of these elements to the canvas. So for example, if we were to add in the single text box, what you'll see here is that we can write in our question. And as is the case with every question, we can also use the options button. Now, if we click the options button, what we can do is we can say that we want to require a certain answer. We can also validate the answer for a specific format. So for example, we could say that the answer should be a specific length, or we can say that we want it to be a whole number between 0 and 100. And we also have elements to adjust the question layout as well as A/B testing. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Still within the Builder section, what we can do is we can add in date and time related questions. We can ask someone when they want something. You'll see the example question here is, when do you prefer to eat the following ice cream flavors? That individual will then be able to write in a specific time in the hour and minute format or in the month and day format. We can also set up questions to collect contact information, and we can do that here inside of this element. Now, when we're creating our pages, what we may want to do is we may want to add in some text in a particular area, even if it isn't at the beginning of a page. For example, we may want to add in some specific text, in this case between questions 4 and 5. What we would do then is we can then add in this text, and then SurveyMonkey will then add in the question. And once we type this in, we can move this element by clicking the Move button. We can determine which page we want it on, and then we can determine when we want it to appear on our page. So in this case, we can say that we want this question to be moved onto page 2. We can say we want it before a certain question, and then we can click Move Question. And you'll see now that our text has been moved between these two questions. We can do the same thing with any image. We can add in an image where we want on the page. What we'll need to do is to click the Add Image button. That will give us the image here. We'll need to get our file. We'll then click Save Image to our page. We can then move that image to the position where we want it to be inside of our survey. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, you've seen the question bank. You've also seen the builder element. There is a third element on the way down on the left side menu where you can control the appearance of your survey. And if you click that link, you're going to get a different level of elements that you can control. You have both settings and you have overall themes. Now, with the free version, you can use some of the standard themes that SurveyMonkey has available. And you'll notice then that what's called the jungle theme is the default theme. But you can change that theme to something else. For example, we can change that theme to what's called the midnight theme. So if we click on this link, you'll notice then that background changes. Once we've changed the theme, we can go to the settings element. What you'll notice is that if you hover over these elements, these are going to be part of the paid elements that you can change in the theme. So if you want to change these elements, you'll need to have one of the paid versions. But you can choose and control your theme's appearance by using one of the themes inside of SurveyMonkey's elements of themes. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In addition to the question bank, the builder, the designer, and the logic area, you also have what are called survey options. I'm going to click on that link, and you can basically add in some elements to your survey to give the entire survey a different feel. So for example, you can make sure that your survey only shows one question at a time if you enable that element. You can make sure that your survey title shows at every paragraph. You can add in an exit link to different elements of your survey. You can make sure that your survey respondent understands how much time or how many more questions they have before they have completed your survey. And you can make sure that they see page titles, or you can make it so that they don't see page titles. You can make it so that your survey respondents see page numbers or that they don't. You can also make sure that they see question numbers, or you can make sure that they don't see question numbers. So basically, these survey options are different elements you can add to your survey based on how you want it to appear to the person taking it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. One of the elements within the survey options gives you the ability to format your questions as if they were a quiz. And you can do that within the options by clicking the link. And then you'll notice that what you'll need to do is that you'll need to enable quiz mode. And what this will do is this will give your respondents the opportunity to see what their correct answer should have been. Now, the free version gives you two options. You can choose to display or not display the quiz results. If you choose to display your quiz results, you can show answers to all of the incorrect responses that your respondents give. Now, if you want the respondents to get feedback on the quiz, that is part of the paid version, but it is something that you can do with SurveyMonkey. And if you are going to use a quiz, one element that you're going to want to be aware of will be inside of the text or the images. And where we click this link, what you're going to notice is that we can add in a video to this text element if we want to explain something better in specific areas. You'll note the same element is inside of your WYSIWYG editor at the beginning of your pages when you're doing your page description. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, once you have completed your survey design, what you can do then is move over to the next tab, which is the Preview and Score tab. And this is designed for understanding how your survey is going to look, as well as if you're going to be using a quizzing function, how points will add up over the sections you've created. So you're going to first click this link, and then that's going to bring you to this dashboard. And while you're working through this process, you'll get a chance to experience what your respondents are going to experience. You'll also get the opportunity to invite other people to comment on the nature of your survey. So what you'll be able to do in preview mode is you'll be able to walk through this process. And you'll see that each one of these questions will move to the next question. In this case, we'll click Next. And you'll see then that this answer will render the wrong format. And so we really want to go back and we really want to change the wording so that they know that this is supposed to be a number 1 through 100. And we'll be able to click through the different answers. And you'll notice our progress bar at the bottom. When we invite others, what we'll do is click the invite button. We'll click this button. We'll enter the names and email addresses of the individuals that we want to share the preview link with. Now, once we've completed our walkthrough of our own survey, we can then move to the next phase of our survey creation process, which is the Collect Responses tab. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, once you've completed the preview, the next stage of your survey creation process is for you to go to the Collect Responses tab, which you can typically find at this button or here at the top of this tab. We're going to click this tab. And what you're going to be able to do from this page is to determine how you're going to get individuals to take your survey. For example, you can send email invitations to individuals from SurveyMonkey. And when you get to this page, what you're going to do is click the Add Recipients button. And you can then add individuals from your email sending system. You can also use a CSV file in order to create your list of recipients. This email will go out through the SurveyMonkey email system. What you can also do is get a web link to the survey. And basically, by clicking inside of this box, what you're going to do, you're going to get a link that you can send out in your autoresponder or to post where you want it to be seen. You can also post specifically on any of your social media, including Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. When you do that, what's going to happen is this is going to open up into a link that you can post to your social media. What you can do is you can turn on your Facebook sharing and any of the other elements. But in order to share using Twitter or LinkedIn, all you'll need to do is to click these buttons that'll share this link in those social media platforms. You can also embed the survey on your website by clicking this link. What you can do is you can take the HTML of the survey and embed it right into your website. You can embed the HTML code for a pop-up invitation. You can also embed the HTML code for a pop-up survey. For example, by clicking the embedded survey, you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to review the options, and then you'll just click install code. And you'll be able to take this code, copy it, and then go to your actual website. Once you do that, you can then preview the code, and you'll then see your survey inside of your website. What you can also do is to manually enter the responses for certain individuals, as well as to use Facebook Messenger. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, once you have built custom areas to collect your surveys, what you can then do is to go to the next tab over, and that is to analyze results. So you're going to want to click that tab. And obviously, this will be relevant once you have had individuals to take your survey. And this is an actual test that we did from an actual website. When you go through, what you can do is you can review the actual answers by the respondents. And you'll see those answers written here, and you'll see them in formats that'll be according to the way you set up your questions. You can analyze any trends in the data according to question as well as overall. Now, if you're working with other people, you can share the data of this page, and you can do that by clicking this link that says shared data link. And you can give your share a title, and you can determine what's going to be included with the individuals that you're going to be sharing with. You can either choose that this link is going to be private. If you want it to be restricted, that's going to take the upgrade. So in this case, we're going to click Get Link, and that's going to give us this web link that we can use to share with other people the results of our survey collected into the analysis. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. We have now walked through all the basic elements of creating and deploying a survey, starting with the design elements. Once we went through all of the design elements, we then moved to the preview element. Once we went through the preview element, we then moved to collect responses. And then we also analyzed results. Now, the final tab that is available to us is to present those results. And as of the recording of this video, it's considered to be a new feature of SurveyMonkey. We're going to click this link. What we're going to do is we're going to click this link that says create a new dashboard. And what you're basically going to be able to do is to choose the elements that you want to add to your dashboard. For example, we can choose to add the data from question 1 to our dashboard. We can then click New Dashboard, and then we can name the dashboard. And then we'll be able to find this panel in our dashboard, and we can click this link to look at our dashboard. We can add elements to our dashboard. And once we've added all the questions that we want on a particular dashboard, what we can do is then publish that dashboard. We can then choose to share the dashboard. And then we can copy this link and pass it on to other individuals so that they can see the results of our surveys. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.